Jordan here, aka Retain Possession. Welcome back to episode 5 of University Challenge here with Cardiff Met Uni. Today we have what could be a historic day for the club as we play in the Nathaniel MG Cup final against Newtown. It's played at a neutral venue, Eugene Cross Park, which is apparently in Ebervale. Yeah, hopefully we can get that the cup win. It'll be a small boost to the finances if I go into the cup. So if we're winning the cup, we'll get £10,000. As an amateur team, we're not spending money on wages, so actually that's quite beneficial, bringing in that sort of money, because it can all go towards improving the club as a whole. But before we go into the match, we're just going to go through the whole club. We're kind of midway through the season. We've just reached the point where the league splits. So we're going to do a bit of a club tour, shall I say. And then we're going to play the match on extended highlights today. Just the one match, the cup final, because I want to, after we've done this cup game, I want to just try and blast through the sort of rest of this league season. As it stands, we're looking towards European football next season. So I kind of want to blast through this season, get to the start of next season where we're going to have those European nights. We're going to have some more money coming in, and that's where the save's really going to take off. So yes, we'll start with the squad, of course. There have been a few changes, actually. If I go into transfers, I will show you some of the players that we've bought in recently. So since you were last here, we bought in Cameron McWilliams to start with, 22-year-old English right back. Good physically for this level, not bad mentally for this level either. Good determination, good work rate, good positioning, teamwork. Defensively solid, good marking, tackling, and also going forward not bad either. Good dribbling, good passing. Come through the he's been around the block a bit, as you can see. Come through the Northampton Academy originally. Went to Cardiff, didn't really work out. He's been playing in the lower leagues of England recently. But we've picked him up on a free. Good rotational option at right back. Then the next player I'm quite excited about, Owen Windsor. He's been brought in as our sort of... Originally I signed him as a backup. But Lautaro, our other striker, has been quite off form recently. So I thought I'd give Windsor a go up front. He scored in his first game, one goal, but very well-rounded attributes for a striker. As you can see, he's got that holy trinity of dribbling, finishing, first touch. He's good in the air, good technically, very well-rounded mentally, if not standout. Good bravery, concentration, determination, and then physically as well, pretty decent for this level. Decent acceleration, pace, fitness, agility. Kind of what you want from a striker. So him and Lautaro are going to be kind of battling it out for the remainder of the season for that starting spot up front. Also, he's left-footed, which is quite nice to have a player sort of able to play in a slightly different way. We then bought in George Walters, a left midfielder. My scouts rated him a lot more highly than now that he's come into the club. Obviously, we don't play with wide midfielders, but I saw that he'd come through the Man United Academy, went to Burnley. He had a quite high reputation, so I wanted to bring him in because hopefully bringing him in can improve the reputation of the club. Then we brought in Jayden Ferguson, a Scottish 20-year-old striker, kind of a backup option. He's going to sit in the reserve squad for the time being. Will be decent if called upon. Came through the Celtic Academy, played for Hearts, B team, kind of been around the block in Scotland, then come down to Blythe Spartans and has now come down to Cardiff. Again, decent sort of backup option. We then signed Brandon Avero. So again, a rotational option for that number 10 spot for if we're ever without Stan Flaherty. Can also play on the left as an inside forward. So again, can cover for Elliot Evans. Basically can play anywhere across the front line. Came through the Crystal Palace Youth Academy. Didn't play for them. Went to QPR. Didn't play for them again. Has then been sort of knocking around the lower leagues of England. Played once for Slough Town. Went to Bowers and Pitsea. Not bad there, but obviously it's a different level coming over to the Welsh Premier. especially when we get that European football. We then signed Jack Stafford as probably going to eventually become a starting centre-back for us. 6 foot tall, good pace, decent jumping, really good marking. Tackling and heading could be worked on a little bit, but good decision-making, good aggression and determination, which is kind of what I look for in a centre-back. Positioning, not the greatest either, but he can also play left-back. He's got a good cross on him. So, again, quite a versatile player. Came through the Exeter City Academy, didn't play much. Actually spent quite some time in the Irish Premier Division with Waterford. But since then, went to Swansea on a free, never played and got released and has ended up with us. We got one more transfer we brought in, which is Dean Swift. I'm quite excited about this young lad. 16 years old, as you can see, he's a new gen. There was quite a few other teams at this level interested in him. Unambitious personality and low determination, not ideal, but hopefully we can give him some mentoring and try and boost that side of him. But very well-rounded technically, good technique, good passing, good corners. Stamina, acceleration, good. Could do a little bit more with a little bit more pace, but like off-the-ball movement, decisions, aggression, really good. So an exciting young prospect for us to have. As you can see, he's got bags of potential. Whether he can reach that here, I don't know, but we'll soon see. In terms of transfers out, I will double check. Oh yeah, so in terms of transfers out, we had a few fringe players: Hughes, Whitaker, Kabongo, Jones, and Craven that I let go. Just was cramming up the squad. They weren't taking up wages, but I just wanted to sort of trim down the squad. They were never going to get game time, so I felt it best to just let them go. So that's the squad. As you can see, in terms of goals scored, quite a nice spread throughout the squad. Elliot Evans has been the standout, as you guys know. Although the last 5 games, he has really dropped off in terms of his form. So I might actually drop him for today's game, just because he is very out of form. Lautaro, 9 goals in 26 appearances. Again, not been on the greatest form recently. And, you know, with Windsor coming in, it's going to be interesting to see if Lautaro could step up. Flaherty, been brilliant in that number 10 role. And again, just, yeah, very even spread of goals. Rio Glean, 8 assists from the right wing. He's been brilliant. Joe Ling has contributed. Ibrahim, when called upon, has contributed. He's actually moved ahead of Tom Price in the pecking order for me now. Been playing really well in that sort of ball-winning midfielder role. But that's enough about the squad. I'm now going to show you finances. As you can see, still got 105,000 in the bank. No debt or loans. In terms of projection, we are projected to lose money, but that's not counting in sort of prize money that we'll get from European football. So, yeah, not too bad. Club vision. I'm going to go into the board because the board have actually agreed, as you can see here, to improve our youth recruitment, increase our junior coaching budget, and they increase the coaching staff at the club. We're also currently looking for a senior affiliate to see if we can pick up any sort of Football League players on loan. Obviously still sticking to our 22-year-old and under sort of stipulation for signing players. But yeah, really happy with these two, with the youth recruitment and junior coaching. Obviously, it will help us bring in better youth players. Then I'll just show you facilities. So they're now up to adequate academy coaching, average youth recruitment. Obviously, once we get some money in from European football, that is what I'm going to focus on. That and the training and youth facilities will be what I focus on for sort of developing the club, bringing us in some better players. Even if we can only hold on to those players for a season or two before they get poached, bring them in, and we can have that sort of constant conveyor belt of talent coming through the club. In terms of competitions, Welsh Premier, we're sitting in second. We are now 6 points off the New Saints. They've been on really good form recently. As you can see, Elliot Evans is third in the top scorers list, but got the highest average rating despite him being really off the ball recently. So really happy with that. He's got the most player of the matches, joint with McManus from the New Saints. We've got a 5-point gap to 4. If we can just maintain that over the sort of next 6 or 7 games, then I would be fairly confident of us getting Conference League football next year, which is really what we've been aiming for. To think that we're going to take on the New Saints in our first season was probably a bit fanciful. Obviously, the start of the season got my hopes up, but yeah, we will basically, yeah, we're this year was just about getting European football. In the summer, we'll look at players released by Premier League clubs, still following our transfer stipulation, and just see if we can strengthen to become better than the New Saints and make a real big push for the title next season. In terms of schedule, recent form, so you guys were here for the Pontypridd game that we just about scraped through on penalties. It's been a bit of a mixed bag since then. We've won 3, drawn 1, lost 2. We went away to Haverfordwest, and it was an awful performance. We got absolutely battered. Our 2 fans obviously went home crying because we were shocking. But then we followed it up with a comfortable 4-1 victory against Aberystwyth. Will Dowling, who's been one of our new signings in centre mid, he's been playing quite a lot. Come in, scored a goal. Tom Price with a goal. Sodi off the bench with a goal. And Joe White, our substitute fullback, centre-back, off the bench with a goal. We then went away to Barletown, drew 2-2. Stan Flaherty and Ellis Brown off the bench with the goals. But unfortunately, couldn't hold on to a win or get the winner. We then beat Penybont, which was a really good game. Ellis Brown in the 96th minute. There were limbs at this one. He scored in the 96th minute, and I was over the moon at it. And I thought, okay, we're beating Penybont. We might not be on the level of the New Saints, but we can definitely consolidate. But then we went away to Barrytown and lost 2-1. Ollie Holbert, 2 goals. Real Gleam with 1. And yeah, but finish it off. We are going into the League Cup final on good form. We beat Carnarvon 3-1. Stan Flaherty with a double. Owen Windsor on his debut. And their goal was an own goal from Cager as well. So, yeah. I think that is enough stalling. We've waited long enough. It's time for the Cup final. Can we bring home some silverware for Cardiff Met Uni? There is some Welsh Premier League games going on at the same time, but our focus is fully on this. Regan is going to miss the cup final due to the flu, which is not ideal, but we've obviously brought in Jack Stafford, left-sided defender who can just come in and cover there. That's not too much of an issue. Where is Joe White? I want Joe White on the bench just so we got a central defensive option. Otherwise, I'm gonna put. Do I put Avero? No, I'm not gonna put Avero on the bench because we have got some good options there. Other than that, the squad is pretty much as you guys know it by now. The one thing I was gonna do, I'm gonna give Ellis Brown a start. He's been scoring goals recently, and Elliot Evans has been very off the boil. So that's probably the only other sort of big change. Windsor's going to start ahead of Lautari for this one. No point letting him get a goal on his debut if we're not going to let him play the next game. So without further ado, we will go into this cup final. And I'm nervous about this one. Newtown depends. They're kind of hit and miss. They've been in the league this season, but we can, with a good performance, I think we definitely are better than them. Tell them to carry their last performance into this match. They'll be bringing home a trophy if so, etc., etc. Got quite a good response from the players. And we will kick off. And I will immediately change it to extended highlights. And yes, we'll lower the match speed between highlights by 1 as well. Just so you guys have something to watch. Now, I'm not sure if this is kind of coming back from the kickoff highlight, but Cage just got the ball down the left. Looks to take on his man. Joe Ling's got some space in the box, and it is cleared by the Newtown defender. That is a promising early attack from us there. There's not much appearing to be going on in this first 10 minutes. Once again, guys, for those of you who have been sticking with the channel, I can't thank you enough. You guys have been brilliant. Keep it up. Keep liking, subscribing. If you're liking what you're seeing, the quality of my videos is going to be improving as well. I've got a proper recording mic, streaming mic, that I'm going to be picking up hopefully tomorrow as I record this, actually. So that's going to boost things. I'm going to be looking at a webcam as well, so you guys can have a face cam. You can see my beautiful face as I'm recording. We'll just hold it there whilst we've got a highlight. Owen Windsor with the corner. It's cleared, and Montgomery's got a chance to counter-attack here for Newtown. There's a very odd decision made by him. Cager gets the ball, comes back out to Ling. Krasniki at the back. Good ball forward to Flaherty. What can he create? He's kind of been our spark this season. Williams, though, to Rio Glean. Rio Glean goes for the long shot, and it's high and wide. But yes, just as I was saying, there's going to be face cam, much better quality of audio coming through. Going to be taking a bit more time with the editing, just to make sure that everything's looking very refined going forward. I want to be in a position that at the start of FM25, the channel's in a very healthy position. Sort of my setup, my editing skills are in a much better place. As Newtown nearly scored there, it's deflected wide. I want to have my editing, recording skills in a much better place, so that by the time we come round to FM25, and more than likely, big announcement, we will be doing University Challenge again, not with Cardiff Met Uni. I have been looking at some other university clubs all across the world. We could end up in South America, North America, Asia, wherever. I've been looking all around, so there are plans ready for the start of FM25. That is not ideal on the stroke of halftime. Will Truman with a really low-driven shot from the edge of the box. Corner comes in from Zelly, and Abbott, right? I think it was actually Krasniki's header. Headed it more up than out, and then it finds its way to Truman on the edge of the box, and it's a laser of a shot. And we find ourselves 1-0 down at half-time. Going to get a bit shouty with the boys, and just hope. I've got some options off the bench. But yeah, just to finish up, recording quality by the time FM25 comes around is going to be so much better. So much better. That is my aim for this channel. As I said, it's year one of me doing this regularly and consistently. I want to be aiming for between 50 and 100 subscribers by the end of the year. If I can reach that, that will be mission accomplished for me. And we have that is one way of equalising. Their keeper has basically punched it into the path of Owen Windsor, and the new striker flicks the header over their goalkeeper, and it's 1-1 here in the cup final. As you can see, Williams Lowe played the cross in. Griffiths has basically punched it onto Windsor's head, and he won't have an easier goal to score than that. But we are level. Now can we push forward and get ahead in this match, because we've not been great. I'm actually going to make a few subs. Ellis Brown, who I bought in, has not been great, so I'm going to bring Elliot Evans in. Hopefully he can rediscover his form from earlier on in the season. I'm also going to put Ibrahim up on the right wing. He can play in the wide midfield positions, and then I'm going to bring on Will Dowling as the ball-winning midfielder. And actually, no, I'm not going to bring Dowling on there. I'm going to bring Tom Price there. I forgot I had him on the bench. For now, we'll leave it at that, because we only get 3 subs. So I want to save a sub for later on in the game in case we need to bring on Lautaro. We'll go to like 2 up front or something. There's not been many highlights in this match either. Considering we're now playing on extended highlights, not much has happened other than the goals. But we got a corner here. Owen Windsor has a chance to whip it in on that left foot. It's cleared out to Flaherty. Flaherty cuts in. Williams low to Tom Price. Tom Price goes for the spectacular, and it's actually a really good save. I think that was just creeping into the top corner there. And now Tom Price has got the corner, whips it in. It's headed clear comfortably. But looks like we are starting to put a bit of pressure on Newtown now. Are they going to crack under that pressure? Okay, we've got a free kick here with Elliot Evans. For a man who's got good set pieces, that wasn't great. Although it actually came off the wall, so it was made to look worse than it is. And Windsor is now over the corner again. And it's headed clear. Flaherty's just chilling on the edge of the box. Out to Jack Stafford. Krasniki. Williams, though, all the way back, and that is the end of the highlight. But as you can see by the match stats, we are now starting to gain a real foothold in this game. Newtown have just made a sub. They've taken off their goal scorer, Truman. We've got a highlight here. Cager. Owen Windsor finds himself with some space, but it's nicked off away from his feet. They've gone long, but Krasniki has the ball. Krasniki goes out to Williams low. It's actually a really good ball. He's got a bit of time here to deliver a cross. He does deliver the cross. And Elliot Evans. If this was about a month ago, he would have absolutely buried that header. But he's headed it wide. And we're creeping towards the dreaded, I believe it's, no, in this competition now, I believe we're going to go straight to penalties. So let me check what penalty takers we've got on the pitch. Tom Price is on the pitch. Great penalty taker. I'm probably going to have to bring Lautaro on because he is also a cracking penalty taker. So we're going to, with one mind on penalties, we're going to bring Lautaro on as our final sub. He might score in regular time yet before this goes to penalties. But unfortunately, he doesn't. And we are settling the cup final on penalties. Oof. Right. I am actually... I'm going to put Krasniki and I'm going to put Williams low on the 5th because Ibrahim's looking nervous. Lautaro's looking nervous too, but we brought him on 4 penalties, so I'm hoping he can bury it. Stay calm and back yourself, lads. Right, here we go. Zelly's up first for Newtown. Steps up and scores. Good penalty into the top right there from Zelly. And Tom Price, our best penalty taker, buries his penalty, bottom right. Keeper went the right way but couldn't reach it. And now it's Caddick for Newtown. Oh, that was it. Again, really good penalty, top left. Now Lautaro, we brought on just 4 penalties. Can he score his penalty? He's hit the post. He has hit the post. And Fisk should be saving that. Right, Flaherty needs to score now. This is imperative. And he does. Keeps us in it. All it takes is one save or one miss from Newtown. And we're right back in it. Cowans. Ah, Fisk went early. He went early to his right and tried getting back to his left and couldn't get to it. And now Krasniki must score. Our absolute man-mountain of a centre-back does score. Absolutely wallops it in. Right, this is time for Fisk to become a Cardiff Met legend. Can he do this? Montgomery's about to step up for Newtown. And he scores. We have not won. Newtown have won the cup. That is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for us. But it's just the start. It's just the start. The fact that we've reached a cup final in our first season, it is what it is. We probably should have won it in the 90. We didn't really turn up on the day. But fair play to Newtown. They're deserved winners of the cup. And we will go to the dressing room I'm not going to be harsh on the lads. You know, we've still got a league campaign to focus on. That's unfortunate. Lautaro, of all players, we brought him on to take the penalty. And he hit the post. He said he'll step up again. I'm hoping he will. And I think that is a rather somber place to leave this episode. But thank you very much for watching. We'll be back probably. I'm probably going to advance quite a lot of this now. Might come back for the last 2 games against New Saints and Penibon on Friday to finish the season. Be a great place to finish. Obviously, you guys will be able to then see our youth intake as well. I can show you that. So yes, that is where we will finish for today. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday, for the New Saints and Penibon. But I've been Jordan, aka Retain Possession. This has been University Challenge, and I will see you next time. Peace.